I'm Diana, and welcome to the second edition of Expert Point of View. Today I'm here with Chrysovalantou and Francesco. How are you guys doing?
Good, you?
Yeah, good.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Hello.
Cheers.
As-
Alright, so let's dive right in. So, my first question is, what do you think is the biggest barrier preventing more researchers from using HPC systems like Meluxina?
So, I'm a bit biased because I've been in HPC for so long. But if I take the user perspective, yes, sometimes HPC systems such as Meluxina can be perceived as hard to get into, to get access to, but actually we try to ease the access of such infrastructure for the users. Now we can always do better, obviously, but we've been quite successful actually from the start of production of Meluxina. In November 2021, we have onboarded more than 3,000 users, and half of which is active on the system. So, and this encompasses a large, I would say, number of researchers here in Luxembourg. So, obviously, we can still do better. Part of my job is I was helping other scientists leverage such kind of infrastructure, and some scientists did not know that such an infrastructure was available, and second, did not know that with some changes to their code, they could actually leverage such an infrastructure. And this would actually yield an incredible speed up to their research. So this is what an infrastructure such as Meluxina is capable of, opening up new interesting questions in research. So yeah.
I think that, I believe most of the time, depending on the background of a researcher, that is not a computer science or an HPC related background anyway, sometimes it's difficult to know if your application will take advantage or actually need an HPC. For instance, during my master, when I was starting being in research and especially in biomechanics, that actually an HPC would leverage my work. But I didn't know what a cluster is. I didn't know how to submit the job. I didn't know what the job is. And I couldn't imagine how it would actually benefit, not only from a time perspective, but also from the question perspective. Because when you have such a power, you can actually open your own problem to more questions. So, yes. So I believe that the perception is what is being not to have actually access, but the perception of how I can use an HPC for my problem, for my research.
And just to build on that, looking back at your own research journey, how or what kind of impact would having access to Meluxina would have had on your work?
I mean, it would definitely open up new questions. It would give a different scope to the thesis itself. I actually started working on a specific problem during the last year of my PhD, and in order to keep forward, I needed an HPC, otherwise it was impossible. So we actually stopped the project because it was impossible to continue on that. Yeah.
It's looking back at your own research journey.
She has to look way back.
Oh yeah. Oh come on, I'm not that old.
Sorry.
No, but that one is an interesting question. I think for me, why? Because I was lucky actually to be on the two sides of the fence. I was an HPC, a heavy HPC users on one side, and I was also, because I was managing an HPC already back then. So part of my job was really to help out. So on a given week, I could start my week helping a biologist on doing DNA sampling and speeding that up. And on a Tuesday, I could help a physicist with material science research. And there, first of all, you understand that scientists are, especially in different fields, they don't approach computation the same way. And second, as someone who was managing an HPC for already back then hundreds of users, it's about giving them the necessary tools to do their work.
So how do you think LuxProvide can better support researchers from different disciplines that may not have a strong HPC background?
from day one, when you log into Meluxina, you have access to more than 400 different software. And it's easy to use. It's module load, the name of the software, and modular load. So it's really easy. And AI researchers, computational scientists in chemistry and so on can use different tools for their own needs. So there, it's lowering basically the barrier to entry to such an infrastructure by providing them all those software, basically. So it's a lot of work for us, but they need those.
Chris?
And complementary to that, we provide workshops, trainings to the users, to our customers. We can provide workshops that use the actually use cases of their own. And we also have, the people capacity inside LuxProvide. We're not all of us computer scientists. We have so many different and diverse backgrounds. This brings a lot of more potential because, as Francesco said, depending on your background, you approach computation in a different way. I'm an applied mathematician. We have physicists. We have engineers also in the team. And the thing is that we also provide, even if we don't have, for instance, a chemist, we can find from our partnership ecosystem people that can actually help us and consult us in certain projects as well. This is also a way that we can help the new users.
So now time for quick fire questions. So,
okay.
Who wants to speak first?
Ladies first.
Seniors first.
Yes. Okay. Best way to explain HPC to your parents. Okay, to this day I fail to do that at home actually, so I always do the joke, but it's a lame one. It's a computer with a cape, but no.
Cape?
Yeah, supercomputer. When I have to explain this to family and friends, it's a big computer to do big computation for advancing science, but because I love science, obviously, but and to do things that you cannot do with your regular computer, basically. That's how I would best describe what an HPC is to regular folks.
Okay.
You, Chris, how do you explain HPC to your parents?
I recently explained it actually to them, because I had to, because they kept asking, can you tell us what your job is about? People ask, who don't know what to say. I explained to them that an HPC is a very, very, very big computer that is like a factory. So a factory has different units. You have a unit that, the product enters, and then another unit that the product will, some other product will go out. So in the intermediate steps, you have different units that each unit take a specific function. One is to monitor the whole process. The other could be, to actually store parts of the product that are being used or reused. And that is also, drivers around these different units that make these units communicate. Yes. So this is how I would explain an HPC.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Okay, I'm taking. One thing the other generation does better than yours. Which
Awesome.
generation? I think they are not so afraid, I would say. They're more bold. I would
You disagree?
No, actually, it's true.
No.
I don't know if it's about being bold or
It's not. I was gonna say, I don't find the right word. It's not about being
unconscious. I don't know.
bold. Exactly, it's unconscious. We had so much conscious.
Yeah, but
Yes. Yeah. I would, I don't know, think and overthink about my steps and how to build the best architecture possible before I see any error, whatever. I was trying to, from the start to the last line of my code, to prevent anything that I would try to be proactive in my own code, but I see that now younger people, they just test things.
Yeah, that's
very fast.
It's true.
Rapid.
That is actually true. I think new generation, they the way they approach computing is with more tinkering. So they are not afraid of tinkering more than I would say I was about to say my generation, but not that old. But yes, I think they approach computing in a very different way.
So, as PhD holders who work with supercomputing, what are 3 pieces of advice you would give to researchers using Meluxina for the first time?
I would say don't hesitate to try it.
Yeah.
Try things on Meluxina. We have a support. I mean, people are there also to help you on your prototype in case your code is not HPC ready. And the third piece of advice, brush up your Linux.
No. Oh my god.
Basic
Okay.
Linux skills.
Yeah. I would say don't expect to learn everything at the same time. And yes, use the support system that we provide as
Great
LuxProvide.
support.
The great support that we have.
Baby steps, as you said.
Baby
Yeah.
steps, yes. Start at small scale and then scale up. Yeah.
And read our documentation. It is fantastically made.
Yes.
We have a lot of examples and so on. We put a lot of effort also in trying to democratize basically the access to an HPC. And the our documentation reflects that. So there, especially my team is responsible for that, and they did a great job of putting tutorials. So really step by step you follow tutorials. Sometimes they are 15 minutes long, half an hour, where you can train your LLM from scratch on your own data set and so on Meluxina. It's very easy. So yeah, the docs is also a good entry point to learn how to use Meluxina correctly.
And I would say it's an investment because researchers they speed up a lot in order to publish, and sometimes I saw it also on myself. I couldn't afford. I was thinking that I cannot afford 1, 2 weeks, even a month to learn things in order to use an HPC. But in the end, it would have helped me a lot. It will help me to publish maybe faster or to publish more and invest on that.
Wow,
Yeah.
so we got more than 3 pieces of advice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good. All right, so mot de la fin.
Mot de la fin.
What does it mean?
Last words?
Last words.
Any last
Okay,
words?
last words.
Happy computing.
Supercomputing.
Happy supercomputing.
Exactly.
Thank you so much and see you next episode.
Women
It's
first.
gonna be only bloopers.
No. Women first.
Why are you looking at me?
Okay. I would say